Hello everyone, welcome back once again to Teach Me Cloud YouTube channel. I'm Manjeet Rawat, your online instructor. Guys, as we know that we are working over a AG104 content-based video series. So this is our 14th class, you can say that 14th session. And in this session, I'm going to cover another content of AG104. Yes, we are talking about the Azure Load Balancer. So first we'll discuss about the Azure Load Balancer, then we'll discuss about the Azure Application Gateway. So, as per the name, just try to understand about the concept of load balancer. So, for example, you created a two different web server with the help of Azure Virtual Machine, and over a web server you hosted your own website. But unfortunately, due to number of users, number of hits occurred on your website, so it's not possible to manage the entire request by single machine. So, Azure Load Balancer can help you to divide your load customer just access your website, and in the portal of Azure it divide in two different machine. So let's try to understand about the concept and basic requirement, and also step we'll discuss about to configure the LB part. uh, so basic information related to the load balancer. For example, you created a two different web server 1 and another is web server 2. So as we know that whenever you configure your Apache or IaaS service on this particular machine, you are able to host your website, correct? So whenever we create our virtual machine, it gives you two different IP address, public and private, and you need to access your website by using the public IP address of your virtual machine where you host your website. But if you have a multiple machine, so it means that you will be get a multiple public IP address as well. So it is not possible to map each and every public IP address with single domain name. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a two different web server, and then we'll create a one load balancer, and then we'll attach our both virtual machine to a single load balancer. And by using the single load balancer's public IP address, we will access our website, and we'll also map our web domain name with the public IP address of our LB. So this is the actual concept, and whenever you access your LB public IP address, you will be reached in your virtual machine that you configure in the backend. So this is the prerequisite. If we're talking about the setting, what you need to do, we need to create a two different web server. Means it may be Linux, it may be Windows operating system. Second, add port number 80 or 443, right? Because both port can help you to access request for IaaS or Apache service. And third, we need to create a load balancer. And fourth, last step is add VM to LB. So this is the prerequisite. You can say that this is the configuration that you need to configure to manage your load balancer services. So I'm going to show you the step and practical how you can manage these load balancer practical. I'm going to open my Azure portal, go to the virtual machine. First of all, we need to create a VM. I have already created a one virtual machine in the location of Central US, contained by the Azure Activity 6 PM. I'm going to create one more virtual machine, because if you want to know the actual work of load balancer, you should create minimum two different VM in same network environment. So I'm going to proceed with name of demo. We created one virtual machine as the name of web, and another VM I'm going to proceed with demo, with name of demo. Select your configuration, type the username and configure your password. Fine. So I'm going to proceed with my password. Next, you need to add two different ports. Just add 3389 to access your RDP. 443 and 80 is used to host the website. No need to make any changes here. I'm going to click next, next, and finish. Once we create our virtual machine, we will take the RDP of this VM and configure some dummy website. Now just click create. We successfully proceed to create our virtual machine. Meanwhile, I'm going to turn on our virtual machine that I created earlier. Click start. So it's starting, and another machine is under progress. It's deployment in progress. Fine, one virtual machine created, running successfully. Copy the public IP address to access the RDP, because you need to install one service IIS. Open RDP. I'm using Microsoft RDP tool. Go to the RDP panel and click connect. But before connecting your device, you need to paste your public IP address in Microsoft tool. Fine. Just click continue to access the RDP. This is the first step. You need to open your server manager if you are using Windows operating system. If you install a Linux or Ubuntu based operating system, you need to install Apache. Okay, we successfully connected our RDP. Go to the add role and features. Click next, next, and you need to select one service called Internet Information Services. This is web server IIS. Click next, next, and install. Meanwhile, I'm going to check another virtual machine is also ready to use. Go to the another virtual machines and copy the public IP address. This is our public IP address of second machine. Open RDP and click add. Type the name of our machine, web server 2. Paste the public IP address. Use your user ID and password to connect the RDP. Done. So I'm going to connect our second machines as well. As it is, you need to install IIS service on second machine as well. By using the same procedure, means just open the server manager wizard and go to the add button and install one role. Click on server manager wizard. Fine, it's successfully installed in our virtual machine. First, you can say that web server 1. Open my computer. Go to the C drive. Select intpub www-root, and this is the default page which is available in Server 2012. Open with Notepad and make some changes here. Like I'm going to proceed with this is web server 1, correct? And save it. And in second machine, second web server, you also need to install IIS service. Click web server, next, next, and as you know that we need to install it. One server is completed successfully. Second server is installing IIS. Let's check our web server, means web server 1 is currently working or not. Copy the public IP address and paste on the URL. But unfortunately, we are unable to access the website because we need to add one port in inbound. Go to the networking, select inbound, click add role. No need to make any changes, make it any, and just use port number 80 and 443. If you want to use SSL certificate with this particular machine, make it allow and click add. Okay, it's successfully completed, connected. I'm just going to refresh it. First of all, we need to refresh the page of our virtual machines. Copy the public IP again. I'm going to paste on the browser because we added the port number 443 and 80. Okay, in second server we also install the IIS. Open same. You just need to use the same step to configure a dummy website. Open my computer, C drive, intpub, www-root, open IIS with the notepad. This is web server 2, right? And save it. Now we successfully configured our demo website in our web server 2. Let's check. See, we are able to access web server 1 by using the public IP address. Need to check second virtual machine. Are you able to access it? Copy and paste on any browser. Got it? We are able to access our website by using public IP address, but unfortunately we are using the two different IP address. If you have a single domain name, it is how it is possible to add both IP address in single domain. So that's why you need to open our Azure portal, go to the networking part, and in the networking we have a one option, load balancer. Click here. Although I have already created, but you can just click on the add to create your load balancer. Select your resource group. So you need to select your same resource group, type the name of your LB. So I'm going to proceed with training LB. We have a two option, internal and public. You want to access your load balancer from public, you just proceed with public. And this is the SQ have a two different option, basic and standard. SQ is a stock keeping unit, means it give you option to how many virtual machines you are able to connect with your load balancer. So I'm just going to be, with basic, type the public IP address, test public IP. Okay, it's a dynamic. I'm going to proceed with dynamic. No need to do anything. Click create. Once our load balancer created successfully, we will access our virtual machine with the help of LB. It will take 1 or 2 minutes maximum. Successfully created our load balancer. Go to the resources, and in the resources we have a various option, right? We are unable to find the public IP address because you need to assign your virtual machine. To assigning the IP address, to assigning the virtual machine, you need to click on the backend pool. Whenever we click on the backend pool, there are no VMs available. Click add and type the name of backend pool, demo LB, any name you can select. Select the virtual network, select the associated to which types of virtual machines available, VMs or ScaleSet. So we created a virtual machine not from the ScaleSet. Just select your virtual machines icon, choose your network detail, click add, and it give you option of both VM. We created demo and web. Add the both virtual machine, click add again. Now you are connecting your virtual machine to your load balancer, correct? So as per the diagram, it's clear. It's a second option, you can say that. First option, create virtual machine and install IIS. Second option, create LB, add the virtual machine to the load balancer. We successfully added our both virtual machine in our load balancer, so we need to check it. So this is our load balancer that we created with name of training LB, and we created a one backend pool and added to a backend pool with test pool, and we are able to see both virtual machines running in the same backend pool. So this is the first step. After creating the load balancer, you need to add your both virtual machine that you created. And second step, you need to configure health probe. So health probe is basically you need to just decide any name, like I'm going to proceed with test, and you need to select the port protocol. So I'm going to proceed with HTTP. So you can also say that it works just like a security group that allow to access your load balancer from outside the network. So this is the second step. First step, you need to configure backend pool. Second step, you need to configure health probe. Once our health probe created successfully, you need to move yourself to the load balancer. So load balancing rule. So in the load balancing rule, we need to attach one load balancing rule because we are able to attach now because it's updating. So we need to wait up to 1 or 2 minutes more. So once it's updated successfully, we need to configure and create one load balancing rule. Still it's updating. Fine, we need to wait. Fine, it's updated successfully. Health probe. Now you need to click on the load balancing rule. You are able to add. Click here. Type any name like I'm going to proceed with testing, and no need to make any changes here. Just click OK. This is last and final step to configure our load balancer. Once it's configured successfully, what we need to do, we need to access our both virtual machine by using the public IP address that provided by the load balancer. So guys, if we're talking about our diagram, so this is web server 1, web server 2, and we created our load balancer. And one more thing you need to add, once you create your load balancer, you need to put your both virtual machine in availability set. And now it's everything is okay. Go to the overview and see we are able to get one public IP address in our training LV. Just copy the public IP address and paste on any browser. We are able to access our data that we configured in web server 1. Refresh it. You need to provide the more load on the same website. Okay, so do one thing. I'm going to open it another page. Let me confirm one more time. I think this is our demo. We have a both virtual machine, right? If you want to check the same data reflect on your another web server, another virtual machine, we are able to get the data. Another, open the web demo user, demo machine, and we are getting the same data. It's a new feature added by the Microsoft Azure. So with the help of load balancer, you can just divide your load with two different web servers that you configure in the backend. So guys, this is the concept. I hope you all of you understand about the concept to configure and create load balancer over Azure portal. So thank you so much. We'll meet soon with another practical. Take care and bye bye.